Testing, 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 testing. All right, we good, we good, we good. Let's go and get into it, man. I ain't gonna waste no time today. I'm a little tired, so we're gonna try to go ahead and get this out the way, man. Yeah, today pretty much market was a little bit trash due to anticipation for that Fed interest rate decision, FOMC. Um, if y'all was on the stream this morning, y'all seen that I mentioned. I said, hey, look like we gonna pretty much consolidate or move down on um the S&P 500 and M&Q, of course, and MES. Pretty much exactly what we did. We either move sideways or we move down the whole time. So that's exactly what ended up happening today. We didn't really get no good trade opportunities to go long, at least, because we was bullish. So we did take two trades. One trade we made like 140. The next trade we lost 100 on gold. So we ended up being up only $40 on uh the day. But today, like I said, it was more not the best day to trade. We decided, hey, you know what? We're gonna get off the charts. We ain't finna play around with it. We're gonna take our little money and move on for the day. And that's what we did. All right. So we're gonna look forward for tomorrow and see what we can catch and capitalize on after all them earnings that dropped yesterday. Um, After the FOMC meetings and everything, we're gonna see what we can capitalize on tomorrow. So first thing first, let me check this economic calendar, see what we got planned for tomorrow. Tomorrow we got initial jobless claims at 7:30, and that's it. So we should be smooth sailing tomorrow once the jobless claims drop. Now, I do expect some volatility to come in tomorrow just due to Tesla dropping earnings, Meta dropping their earnings. I think Microsoft's dropped their earnings too, but I didn't check out Microsoft chart. But I do think we're gonna have some volatility, especially at the open of the day. So be on the lookout for that. But looking at SPY, I know it's getting more as the week go on, as the week continue to go on. Of course, the charts get more cluttered because we have more drawings and everything on it. But I'm gonna try to hide the drawings for them right now, so bear with it as the week gets further on. But looking at SPY, we jumping on SPY first. SPY daily. We're looking at SPY daily. End up, of course, we made a higher high on Tuesday. We ain't made a new all-time high. I told y'all, hey, we failed to close above that high, right? Failed to close above that high. I said, hey, we could get a pullback, and then we could be trying to retest that high. And we remember we said that yesterday overnight, it did the pullback and it came and retested overnight. You see that? So it did the retest overnight, retested that previous high structure over here overnight. So we was like, it pretty much already did our trade. It already did our trade when the market was closed. So we was like, we kind of don't really want to trade SPY today, due to that. And literally, we woke up in the morning. We seen it was up here. We was like, yeah, we probably ain't gonna trade SPY. Other than it, coming down for some shorts, really don't like SPY, and I really didn't want to take any shorts, especially with all the news coming. So we just didn't take no SPY trades today. And I'm glad of it. I'm glad we didn't take it because I mean it only moved about a $2, possibly $3 range, really like a $2.50 range. During open. So it really wasn't nothing to be made crazy, especially not if you're not buying far in the money or nothing like that. So glad we avoided that today by us doing our homework at night, by us doing our analysis the previous night before. We was able to see that it already did the trade we wanted. So it's like I really don't want to trade SPY. That's what we decided on. But going into tomorrow, Thursday, January 29th, 2026. Looking at today's counter, we end up closing red. So we did do our retest of this high again, but this time we actually closed the red counter. So it's completely telling me, hey, right now we're not trying to go up there. Um, so for me, what I'll be looking for, put the drawings back on. What I'll be looking for is this. Give me a second. Dang, I want to keep this drawing too. Let me. It's all right. It's all right. Y'all just have to see between the drawings, man. Y'all have to see between the drawings. But what I want to look for is structure, market to build a downtrend underneath this previous daily high. So you see this previous structure high over here to the left. We failed to close above it once. Then this time we closed below it with a red candle. So I pretty much want to just see a downtrend form underneath it, and I'll be ready to look for short. So a downtrend start forming. I like to take them shorts back to the low of this daily candle, possibly inside this daily gap that we left behind. And why is this not red? Let's see. That should be. Oh, never mind. My bad. That was a hourly gap. I ain't see that line, but at least down to that daily candle low. Um, possibly that'll be a trade. Like I said, underneath this 696.09 level, look for a downtrend and possibly take it to the bottom of that candle low. Other than that, it's kind of hard for me to really want to hold shorts long because we did make a higher high. So this could be just making a pullback, Biggest thing we focusing on, as long as it stay above 687, the 687, what is that low? 687, 686.92 level. Okay. As long as it stay below there, above there, it still technically is bullish. So we can't necessarily go full fledged on them shorts. Sorry about that. I was trying to delete that, y'all. I don't know if I marked this higher low, this new solidified level right there at 676.57. That's our solidified level. I don't know if I had a line there or not, but I had to mark it out. And then this is just a higher low on the bottom of this red candle. Okay. But yeah, if we can build a downtrend, if we can make a low, high, lower low, then I'll be looking for it to come down to this daily gap. But as of right now, I can't really say I'm looking for it to go down to that daily gap at 689. Because hey, we're still technically in an uptrend. Still in an uptrend. We got high, low, higher, high. This can be a higher low getting set up, man. So you could say I'm bearish for now, for just the time being, but I'm only bearish for probably the 15-minute time frames. You get what I'm saying? The bigger picture is bullish right now. I can't. It's hard for me to want to take them short, especially down to that gap, without having a downtrend forming on the daily. Okay. So if we drop down to the hourly, let's see. Delete this. I don't think I need it because we broke that hourly low. So for the hourly, honestly, it's just I'm taking trades off of these gaps, these hourly gaps. So if we up here in the morning, I'm looking for that downtrend to form, underneath it, and I'll take the shorts back down to this previous gap. If we be above the gap, of course, I'm looking for an uptrend above it to take to the next gap. And then same thing if we above that next gap. Look for that uptrend to form. But now my first target would just be this high here at 698. At 698.35. And then if we can build base above there, the continuation. Okay. But as of now, it's really just plain and simple. We just gonna follow whatever trend it is, moving in for spot. Cause like we said, we at them all-time highs. You gotta play it kind of safe. Gotta play it kind of light. Okay. All right. bring that over. All right, going to QQQ. Looking at QQQ daily. Now QQQ finally made a new all-time high. SPY been made its all-time high. QQQ finally made a new all-time high. So by making that new all-time high up here today, we just solidified this low down here at 579.99. So we got a new solidified low we can mark. Give me a second. Let these let these lines get in place. So we can actually make that a red line now. Got that new solidified level. Okay. And let me remove some of these alerts. We don't need all these alerts. All right. So it did make the new higher high. It beat that previous high, but it failed to close above, and it closed that as a red candle. So that's indicating to me that hey, it is trying to come down. Okay. Now, how far it's trying to come down? Is it gonna try to come down and go retest this 628 level, and then try to go back higher? We don't know. We gotta see. It is red. So, for the bears, everybody who want to be bearish, you just wait on the downtrend to form. That's all. Probably go to the 15 or the 1 hour, see a downtrend forming, and just get in on the downtrend. Just follow the wave and see if it can take you all the way down to that 628 level. Plain and simple. That's all. Looking at the hourly, right now it just made a low, high, lower low, but then made a higher high. So it's kind of indecisive on the hourly. At 15-minute, on the other hand, is more downtrend bearish right now, but on the 15-minute, you will want to see it be underneath basically the support level right here for the 15-minute right here. But it's also lining up with this hourly gap. You want to see a downtrend form underneath there, and you could take it down to let me see, we got an hourly gap. Take it down to, well, you just take it. Already took these lows out on the hourly, so let's delete that. It took these out already, so you should be taking it back down to that 630 level first. The 630 level first, because that's the retest of these previous highs we had. All right, so it might be trying to retest 630. That'll be the target if we can get a downtrend on either the 15-minute or the 1 hour that's underneath 632. Okay. For the bulls, on the other hand, for bulls, we gotta see an uptrend for them. Honestly, we gotta see an uptrend for them. So it got higher high, got a low. We needed 636 to get back taken out, and then we want to see base building above it. Even if it make an uptrend inside here, I kind of don't like it. I needed to be past 636 first. At least 636, possibly past 637 before I'm trying to really take my longs again. Okay? Because uptrends down here really don't matter to me because we can just drop at any moment. Okay? So if y'all want to see the long short positioning tools, the longs will be above 636 area. Of course, we at all-time high, so you don't know exactly where our target will be. We could just say probably 640, around 640. All right. Shorts, like we said, shorts, we'll be looking for it underneath that 632 level to take it back down to 630. Okay. All right. So that's the two scenarios we look for. Everything in the middle, I'm not really looking towards taking, honestly. Anything in between here. So from 636 all the way down to 632.75. I ain't really too interested in taking it. I mean, I ain't gonna say I won't get in a light position, but I'm not too interested in taking it. All right, moving over to MNQ. Looking at MNQ, the daily, we end up closing bullish. Yeah, we closed bullish. We close inside this daily gap. Close inside the daily gap. We even tapped that top daily gap also. But that top daily gap, we failed to close past. And we end up coming back in here. This green one, we touched the top, failed to close past. So what do I expect? Some type of pullback, and then probably a retest, right? Well, clear as day, it opened up here above the daily gap, and it opened inside the other daily gap, that top daily gap up here at 26,275.50. So it opened up here. By opening up there, I would have expected it to try to retest this bottom of the gap to see if it wanted to push, but clearly it dropped instantly back down to the other gap. For what I'm looking for tomorrow, because the previous counter was green, but if I want to be bearish, I need us to be underneath 26,000. What's the bottom of this gap? 26,140. And I'll need that downtrend to form, and then I'll be looking for them shorts all the way down to 26,999. Okay, so let's drop to the hourly. Let's get that short position tool so y'all can see. So need a downtrend forming underneath here. So I even put it underneath 26,017. We need to be a downtrend underneath there, and I'll be taking it down to that 990. Where is it? 998 area right here. So basically this low, I'll be taking it to this low. Okay, for the shorts. For to be bullish, I want to be bullish. Going back to that daily. I think I just need that. Literally where I said where I need the downtrend underneath for the shorts. If we can build an uptrend, but it's 2 hourly gaps. We at least have to be inside this hourly gap before I be trying to look for longs. We build an uptrend above the bottom of this hourly gap at 26,147. Then that's where I possibly be looking to take longs. So we build an uptrend right here. Take the longs up to 26,200 and see if it want to break through or not. Okay, so put the long position tool. Wow, why is it so huge? Long position tool. There. Put it back right there. Okay. So those are 2 trades I'll be looking for potentially. All right. But like I said, previous day closed green. It closed past this previous high. So trying to see if we can build base above it, and at least inside this daily gap. We got to be inside the daily gap because for me, if we build base and it's above this white line, it's fine, but it's literally the first target is the daily gap. So that's super small space. I need the uptrend to form at least inside the daily gap so we can go on up to the top. Okay. But that's my thoughts on M&Q. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest, y'all. These charts don't look the most appetizing, but I think we're gonna get a lot of volatility in the morning where we probably be gapped up all the way up here or gapped all the way down. I mean, pushed all the way down or pushed all the way up. That's what I'm thinking. I think if we sitting inside this area in the morning when market open, like I say an hour after market open, if we still sitting inside here, I probably won't be trading heavy, or we might not. It might be another no trade day if we sitting inside this area. Okay, or it had to be scalps. So I really want us to be breaking past below, like I said, at 26,117 area. We need to be below there for the shorts, or at least above inside the daily gap for longs, but the clear longs to be above the top gap up here at 26,297. Okay. Going to NYM. NYM literally been consolidating. Made a high, made a low, made another high, made another low, made another high, made another low. But it ain't no higher highs or lower lows. It's just chopping. So it's about to break out a triangle. I know that. It's about to finna break out a triangle. Let me delete some of these alerts too. It's about to break out a triangle. We do see that. Let me see. We got it's making a triangle, so it's gonna break out of here. See that? I'm pretty much we just trying to see which direction it's gonna break to. That's what we trying to find. Whichever, if it breaks to the upside and we break this high at 49,474, we'll wait on that pullback, then take the longs to the all-time highs. We break down below this 48,838. Wait on the pullback, take them short, and aim for 48,468. Wait, yeah, 488. 48,488. Okay. So, yeah, that we'll be looking for. Because in here, I mean, you could take the loans up here. This probably where we finally gonna see these loans right here that we was waiting on. Probably gonna see it tomorrow. These loans, because it's trying to stay in this triangle right now. But I think this might be where we look for loans. So we could look for potential loans. We still look for that same trade that we had set on here for Monday or Sunday. We set it. Make an uptrend above this 49,666 level. Make an uptrend above there. We like to take some loans. Okay. And follow the uptrend to the break. Follow the uptrend to the break. Because right now, we broke above it. We did make, in the aftermarket, we made an uptrend above it one time. But then, after that, we couldn't make another uptrend above it. It's looking like an entry here to take to the top of this gap, at least. But it's about 33 minutes left, so can't count on that right now. But yeah, NYM, biggest levels we looking at, like we said, is this 49,474 and it's 48,838 level. Okay. Going over to gold. Gold, literally, I mean, I don't know how to explain gold, bro. This is just ridiculous. I ain't never seen something be so bullish, man. But y'all know what our game plan on gold. Follow the uptrend. Um, look at look at these last hours. What in the world? This is crazy, bro. This is crazy. But like we said, follow the solidify level, follow the uptrend. So gold new solidify level is brought all the way up here to 52 5265.3. We do got some gaps that we can potentially bounce off of. So let's mark them out. And this was the trade we tried to take today. This is the trade we lost, but we lost it. But it was like it wasn't a bad trade. You know what I'm saying? We lost it, but it wasn't a bad trade. We was looking for a entry off of this hourly gap. Well, hold up. What the world? Now I know they ain't set me up. Let me go to the daily real quick. Something going on. Nah, they set me up. That's what it was. Where did this box come from, y'all? That's probably what it was. Cause the trader view sometimes be moving my drawings around. I'm be honest. This ain't even this box shouldn't even be here. What the word? Let me go to 15. 5 minute. No, 4 hour. It's literally no gap there. I mean, it's a 4 hour gap right there. Oh man. Yeah, this right here confirmed that uptrend. This next, yeah, dang, bro, that's crazy. That's crazy. But why? Yeah, they set me up right here though. This shouldn't be no box here. That's crazy. I don't know where that came from or what. Cause look, even this box, why is it none of these boxes lined up on no hourly gaps? Why is my drawings off? Even this one. Hold up. I think when I do that, so maybe I had it turned off. I didn't have adjust for contracts on. Yeah, I thought I had all that stuff turned on, y'all. Dang, that really messed up my drawings, man. Well, we gonna have to redo this gold chart. Yeah, that what it is. I thought I had my just on, but I did just update the app. So maybe when I updated the app, it turned it off. Well, yeah, we gonna just redo these to get this gold drawings then. Ah, that's all right. Well, let's do it together real quick. Daily, daily solidified level. Got higher high done here. Boom, right there. Dang, that daily solidified level 1,000 points away. All right, daily gaps. Do we got any? We got one right here. I don't know why it turned adjust for contracts off though. That should have been on. All right, drop down to that hourly. Now the hourly solidify levels here, here, and then we just gonna mark one more. All right, then gaps. Let's mark out the hourly gaps here. Got one here. One right here. Yeah, that definitely messed me up. When I was in the stream, I was using that box for my confluence. I was saying, "Oh, we making an uptrend above that box," but that box shouldn't even been there. But even regardless, even if it wasn't a gap there or nothing, I still got in based off it making a high, low, higher high. So then I got in loans, and I was aiming for this high here. Of course, it stopped me out taking that low. So it was. I mean, I didn't. My stop wasn't down there though. My stop, 'cause since I got in on, I think I got in on the 1 minute. So my stop was like all the way up here. Like we was already up here. My stop was like all the way up here. So my stop went down, that would have been about $1,000 stop loss or something. I only had $100 stop loss, so I got in on a lower time frame and was looking to aim up here. So, but it wasn't a bad trade. Like I said, it made a high, low, higher high, and I tried to keep going. But it did its job. It made that higher high, and it closed. It didn't have to, keep going up there as long as it hit target one. You know. That's the biggest thing. As long as it did the initial job, it was good. And then I got off the chart once I lost that trade, but literally end up pushing it. So it made this low, made a high, then made another low, and then boom, this the second higher high again for uptrend. It's supposed to have been another entry to go long, and it went crazy, 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 crazy. So I just wasn't on the chart again after that though. That was my fault. Not well, I ain't gonna say my fault. I don't trade around that time, so um But that definitely we could have got back in. I definitely would have got back in again because I was bullish on it. The first one we was up, but then it kicked us out. And then it gave us a second entry right here when it made its new higher high. Boom, getting another long. Stop loss was supposed to be down here, but it is what it is. You ain't gonna be on the chart all the time to catch every single trade. Some days you gonna be off the chart, and that's when all the moves wanna happen. So, but yeah, I don't know if I want to mark this big old gap. Yeah, I ain't gonna mark this big gap. All right, so we got it marked up. Possibly look for a potential entry here on this 1 hour at what's that? 554.82.26. If we come down, I think I like looking at gold a little bit better than M and Q and them. It's a lot more space. I'm gonna say that it ain't no gaps that I can see right now. That's what I'll say. It is at all time highs, but dang M&Q and QQQ. I mean M&Q and SPY, all them at all time highs too. So me personally, I don't know. It just seemed like I gotta see us break out of that area for me to really like them charts. Where gold, on the other hand, literally it's just been given every time we make an uptrend, just go back in the long. Every time we make an uptrend, literally this the only spot where it made an uptrend and the long. You like I said, I was up on the trade, so you would have still made money, but it didn't go straight to that higher high. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only time right there. But it's crazy. Gold been going crazy. All right, going over to Tesla. They earnings came out. I told y'all for Tesla, I was thinking about getting in Tesla. Only in one or two situations. I said if we close green and build base above 435, I said I like to take the loans because I think Tesla gonna go up to that 450 area right here at 449, 450 area. And then if we can keep building base, I can see us going up to 460s and stuff, 450s and 60s. So I was really trying to keep an eye on if it stayed above 435. It did pretty much almost to like the last hour or two, then it dropped. Um, but it did almost stay up there, and then it dropped. When it dropped, I was like, well, maybe I can grab some shorts, to see if we can drop all the way down to that 417 area. But I said I only gonna grab the shorts if we can close below this 430 area, and we didn't close below there either. I mean, it was close to it, and I was about to buy, but now I said, no, I don't look like we're gonna close below there. Um, and we didn't. We didn't close below there. So right here, I was like, okay, well, we was close. And then I was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna play because I already wanted it to be below it before the market opened, so I didn't get in. Um, and literally looking at the earnings, it ended up going both ways. So since it failed to stay above 435 and it failed to close below that 430, it ended up going to both of the first targets. So really, it ain't really do nothing crazy for me right now. It ended up going up to that 449 level, like we said, and my alert came off, and it also came down to this daily gap right here at this 426, and that alert came off. But literally, as we can see, it's sitting in the middle. So it's even with the earnings, it still don't know what it want to do. Even with the earnings, it still don't know what it want to do. But like I said, I think in the morning it's gonna choose a direction. It's either gonna switch to the upside or to the downside. And I think that's what I'm gonna do. When Tesla either push above that 450 and start building base and make an uptrend. If we get an uptrend above 450, I'm taking longs on Tesla. If we get a downtrend underneath 425, I think I'm gonna take them shorts to go to that 417 level. So literally that's all I'm pretty much looking for. So we can bring this over. This is what I'd be looking for. For the longs, I'm gonna hold it until I see it give us some decent rejection. And then shorts, so I'm gonna need to put some alerts on them on these shorts. My stop, I'm trying to hold up, turn that Madden off. Y'all know that Madden be annoying sometimes. Okay. So I need to bring this alert down. Yeah, I gotta bring this one over here. Alright. So break between either one of those and then start building some base. Okay. So that's all we're looking for. We ain't really trying to take Tesla in the middle, honestly. If we do, it had to be off of some type of trend. Okay. Alright. Now Meta, on the other hand, Meta skyrocketed. We said this, bro. We said it, but I told y'all, I said, bro, I just don't like taking it off a red candle. But we did say it though. I ain't gonna lie. We did call it, but I just like I personally didn't like taking it off a red candle. I said, oh, it closed red. But I told y'all, I said, man, I'm thinking Meta, it's supposed to been came to 679 and tap it. So I was like, maybe the earnings gonna push us past 679. We go straight up to this 700 area. It closed red. And it had me like, okay, let me hold up. It closed red. I don't know if I want to mess with it. But then I told y'all, I said, if somehow Meta can close green today, then I know for a fact I'm a buy. Cause that'd be a high, low, higher, high. Okay. But it closed red again. And it still could, it still could have made a higher high. But it's just if I'm getting in loans, I want to get in off of a green candle. It's just something I want to do. So I didn't get in. Didn't get in. Shoot, them dang earnings came out. It did come down and break some structures down here, but currently it's sitting all the way up at 713. It ended up skyrocketing. Now I do think Meta still can shoot up pretty nice, even though we did, miss out on some of this money right here. Meta still can shoot up nice. Next previous lower high we had is at 759. So that can be a target. We also have a nice gap right here that need to be filled at 740s. So it still got some targets to the top that it can be aiming for. Hold up, I need to put that red. Now we do got this gap here. And I'm not finna mark every gap. Y'all know I don't mark all the gaps when it comes to stocks. Alright. I think that's all we're gonna mark for now. So tomorrow, if we staying at like 713, start building an uptrend, we at least see it go to 717. I think I'd like to take some metal once we above 720. I think that'll be what I would like. Either above 720 or say we come back down to 706 and then we start building an uptrend then I'd like to take it back up to that 717 area. So, but it all depends on how we open tomorrow too. Because if we open above a gap, I want to see a retest of the gap to take it higher. We open below a gap, I want to see a retest of the gap to take it lower. So it really all depends on how we open. So let me delete these alerts. I gotta wait till the open come for Meta, or at least the pre-market. All right. Let's see what Microsoft did. I told you I didn't even look at Microsoft chart. Didn't they earnings come out? Yeah, it dropped. Okay, it dropped. For right now, like you said, in the morning it can do what it does. So where did it drop to? 45. So it's somewhere. Dang, it dropped that far? I ain't no way there. Man, let me see something. 52. So the bottom was 40, but it's at 52. So let me go see. Where 52? Dang, it really dropped that hard. Man, it might just want to stay a downtrend, honestly. Let's see what the next target low. Right here at 433. So it might be trying to go down there. 433. Might just be. Oh, actually, that's the wrong spot. Now, I ain't gonna lie. Microsoft, but like I said, I didn't watch their chart, so that was my fault. But looking at Microsoft, this first red, we in a downtrend. Shoot, that could have been indicated. Hey, we trying to go drop all the way back down to that 438 area. So that first red was probably, I say this, if Microsoft shoot up in the morning, right? Shoot up, and it don't break past this red counter high, and we start making a downtrend, I think I'm gonna grab some shorts on Microsoft. That's what I think. I'm gonna grab some shorts on Microsoft and look for 438. So as long as we stay below 483.74, if we can make a downtrend underneath there. So I'm hoping we push up tomorrow on Microsoft. I hope we get to like 460s, 470s, and then make a downtrend at that point. And then I like to get in some shorts then. Take it down to 438. Take it down to this 438 level. So we're gonna be watching. I'm gonna be looking for Microsoft tomorrow. I'm gonna tell y'all that now. Now if it break that high, forget it. Forget what I was talking about. If it build an up trend, I'm looking to take the loans possibly to 510 or something like that. So this is my key level right here, 483.74. That's my biggest key level. Whichever direction we make a trend, if we make a trend underneath it, I want short. If we make a trend above, I want the longs. All right. I think I'm gonna end it right here, y'all. So y'all have a good one. Your boy Keith is out.